California, the land of golden sunsets and towering redwoods, has always been a place of dreams. But those dreams have been scorched time and time again by the relentless force of wildfires. Let me take you through 5 of the most devastating wildfires in California's history. Events that changed lives, communities, and the very way we think about nature. The Camp Fire, 2018, the day Paradise burned. It started like any other crisp November morning in Paradise, California. Families were getting ready for work and school when the air filled with smoke. Within minutes, flames roared through the town. People jumped into their cars only to find themselves trapped in gridlock as walls of fire closed in. Some barely escaped by foot. Others sought refuge in parking lots, watching helplessly as their homes crumbled into ash. By the time the fire was contained, 85 lives were lost, and the entire town of Paradise was gone. Over 19,000 structures turned to rubble. This wasn't just a wildfire, it was a tragedy that would haunt California forever. Survivors shared harrowing tales of their escape, and their resilience became a symbol of hope amidst heartbreak. The August Complex Fire 2020, a fire without limits. Imagine waking up to a sky that isn't blue or even gray, but orange. That was the reality for millions of Californians during the summer of 2020. A freak lightning storm struck Northern California, sparking hundreds of fires. As the days passed, these fires merged into a single monstrous inferno, the August Complex Fire. Over 1 million acres, an area larger than Rhode Island, went up in flames. Entire landscapes were obliterated, and the fire raged for months. Though fewer lives were lost compared to other fires, the sheer size of this blaze was unprecedented. Firefighters fought on land and from the air, battling an enemy that seemed impossible to defeat. This fire wasn't just a record-breaker, it was a warning. California's fire season wasn't just a season anymore, it was becoming a year-round reality. The Dixie Fire, 2021, when history burned. In the summer of 2021, a spark from electrical equipment ignited dry brush in the northern Sierra Nevada. What began as a flicker grew into the Dixie Fire, a behemoth that devoured nearly 1 million acres. One of the hardest hit places was Greenville, a small historic gold rush town. In just a few hours it was gone. Buildings that had stood for over a century were reduced to smoldering ruins. Residents fled with nothing but the clothes on their backs, many losing everything they'd ever known. As firefighters waged a grueling battle, the Dixie Fire became a stark reminder of how fragile even our most cherished places can be. The Cedar Fire, 2003, a race against time. It started innocently enough. A lost hiker set a signal fire in the brushlands of San Diego County. But when the Santa Ana winds picked up, that small flame turned into a deadly inferno. The Cedar Fire became a beast, burning 273,000 acres in just a few days. Entire neighborhoods were wiped out, 15 lives were lost, and over 2,800 structures were destroyed. People described the terrifying sight of flames moving faster than they could drive, consuming everything in their path. This fire didn't just destroy homes, it shattered the sense of safety that many Californians had felt in their communities. The Oakland Hills Firestorm, 1991, Suburban Chaos. It was a breezy October morning in the Oakland Hills, and no one thought twice about the smoke lingering from a small fire the day before. But when the wind picked up, that smoldering ember reignited with a vengeance. Within hours, the firestorm was swallowing homes, one after another. Wealthy neighborhoods in Oakland and Berkeley were reduced to rubble. Families ran for their lives, many with only moments to spare. By the time the flames died down, 25 people were dead, and over 2,800 homes were gone. The financial losses topped $1.5 billion, but the human cost was immeasurable. This firestorm became a grim lesson in the dangers of suburban sprawl and fire-prone areas. It forced Californians to rethink how and where they built their homes.